Hey everyone, welcome to today's webinar. This is Joe with Tabo. I am the co-founder of SignTracker, I guess you'd call me. But I now work at Tabo, and enjoy spending my time with you folks and teaching you how to use SignTracker. So in today's webinar, I'm so happy to spend some time with you. We're going to talk about getting started with SignTracker. So the first thing I think, I'm going to assume that we're just starting from a free trial here. So let's go through that exercise. I'll explain exactly how that works. So if you are on our website, sign-tracker.com, again, it's sign-tracker.com. You can also find us through inktobo.com, which if you haven't been there, I'd encourage you to check it out because there's some other products I think that are really helpful for sign shops, Graphics Flow especially. Check that one out. It's super cool. In any case, when you're on SignTracker, sign-tracker.com, just hit free trial. And it is a 2-week full working trial. So you don't have to enter a credit card or anything like that. You have 2 weeks. We're here to support you, and we'll kind of talk about how to get started here in a second. But um, after 2 weeks, and especially if you've attended a couple of our training webinars, you should have this down to a science. It's pretty easy to use. So let's get started. So you've hit free trial. Now what you want to do is enter your emails. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go through this and do this. joe@inktobo.com. We'll continue. And tell us the name of your company. I'm going to say Sign Tracker, continue. And now what it's going to do is it's going to automatically pull the name of your company in and it's going to set up a unique URL. So it's called a subdomain. And so basically, this is going to be a link that'll be emailed to you. And this link is what you're going to want to go to every time you log into SignTracker. So everybody at your company, you included, no matter what device you're on, whether it's a tablet, whatever your browser is on your computer, whether your Mac PC, whatever, you're gonna want to bookmark or add this link to your favorites. And so you'll get an email that'll have this there for you. So let's go ahead and create our account. Success, yay. And so now it's going to redirect. We're going to set up a password, top secret, and your name and your phone number if you like. Continue. And then again, we'll put in your company phone number if it's different than the other one. If you want to put in your billing address, you can do that. I'm going to go ahead and skip those right now just because I type painfully slow. And so, oh, look, I'm already getting a message. Let's go back here for a second. We'll continue. You'll get in-app messages that'll kind of help walk you through. So, of course, that's me, yay. And then Brooke is amazing. She is the main customer support person for SignTracker. You can click here. This will take you to the YouTube channel. You can watch all kinds of training videos. Matter of fact, this one even that I'm recording right now with you will be posted there later today. So if you click that, it'll take you to there. Also, we have a great online sign community. It's called Behind the Signs. It's in Facebook, and it's one of the largest sign communities out there. But it's really professional. It's sign track. I mean, it's not just sign tracker users. It's sign shop owners and um, installers and technicians and designers and project managers and estimators and the whole thing. So, and it's a great place to get on and ask questions just about the industry, or if you're looking for vendors for certain supplies or whatever. It's a super supportive group. So I encourage you to join Behind the Signs as well. Okay, so you can close this and now you're in SignTracker. And so it's going to land you here on the job flow board where you can basically just go new job and follow the prompts and set up a new job. We're going to have another training video that'll kind of walk us through doing, how to set up new jobs and all that. So for today, I mostly want to just talk to you about what the tabs are really quick and then show you how to get a few things set up in SignTracker. So, okay, so let's go through some of the tabs and we'll talk about those. First is a dashboard. And just one thing I wanted to point out the dashboard before you start adding jobs or doing anything. This is where you can access our help center. quick start guides and training videos, recorded webinars. Again, links to the Facebook group, SignTracker and Behind the Signs, and of course the weekly SignTracker Academy links. So you're welcome to come. I do two of these a week, Thursdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. Usually Wednesdays is more of an overview of SignTracker, and then Thursdays is more of a sort of a kind of an individual topic, I would say. So, in any case, uh, that's the dashboard, and then it has a calendar and contacts. Let's talk about contacts for 1 second. So, for contacts, if you're going to sync with QuickBooks, I would recommend doing that sooner rather than later. And I'll show you where to do that here in a few minutes under the setup section. But the reason why it's going to bring all your contacts over from QuickBooks into SignTracker. So, and then from once you do that initial syncing with QuickBooks, anytime a new customer calls in, you don't have to go to QuickBooks and set them up. You can set them up right here in SignTracker. Matter of fact, you can either set them up here, add a company, and then you'll add people to the company, or you can just wait until you set up a new job. And it allows you to do it there too, and it'll populate it here in the contact section. So let's talk about some of the things that you need to work on to get set up. Let's go to the settings tab first. So what you want to do here is you can upload your logo. So if I was to, choose my file, upload the logo, it'll load here. And let's see if I can find my handy dandy sign shop logo here. Let's see if I can find something. We'll go marketing and we'll go marketing assets and we'll go logos and we'll upload our just any logo. So I'm just going to upload a logo just so you can see. Upload logo. Okay, so once you upload your logo, then you can size it the way you want it to be sized on your contract. We'll get to that in 1 second. So you'll want to select your time zone. We'll say Central Time Zone. We're going to say English as the primary language. Go ahead and select that, US dollar and imperial. You can also do metric too. Then now for your contract setup, these will be the contracts that you send to your customers. So what we want to do is just size this logo so it fits exactly the way you want it to look. Then save it, go OK. And then now that'll be saved now. So every time that you send a contract to a customer, that's what it's going to look like. You can also have terms for your contract pages. So if you have special terms about payments or whatever, you can go ahead and paste them in here and edit them. If you have a default deposit amount that your shop likes to put on their contracts, you can do that. Now, remember, you can also change these things inside of jobs too. So if for some reason a job required a specific term or a different negotiated deposit amount inside the job itself, you can change it and it won't change the settings here. You can call these whatever you want. At our sign shop, we called it quotation and purchase contract. If you want to call it, sign quote and invoice, you can do that and you can change that here and it'll save it. And then this is where you can set up task templates. So task templates, you can also set them up in the job as well and then save them there. But basically you'll see that there's about 4 of them preloaded in here. They're very simple ones. But if you want to set up a template, you just go new task template and you just start typing out a list of tasks that are related to a particular job. And you can watch the video on task and team tasks and all that, and they'll explain it a little deeper. But this is where you can set them up. And then, when you're inside the tasks, basically they just look like this. And you can drag and drop them and order them any way you want to. So let's go back here. And anyway, so that's how the task templates work. And we'll go over to setups. And now we're going to go to admin. Okay, so this is where you're going to do a lot of actual like company and employees and all that. So first, I guess if you didn't do it when you first signed up, you'll want to go ahead and put in your address, mainly because this is what's going to show up on the contract as well. And we'll say Austin, Texas, 7878709. US. And then if you want to add, your company phone number, you can do that. But we'll go ahead and save that. And then now we get to employees. So with employees, let's just go ahead and add a single employee. Couple things. We'll say John or Joe Arnella, job description. We'll say owner and I mean job title, job description. If you wanted to put something, you could. If you want to go ahead and add like an email address, let's go ahead and do that. Joe@inctavo.com. And then we'll submit it. You can add addresses and all that too if it's different, if you really wanted to do that. But let's go ahead and submit and add that. So now what we want to do is create a user account for this employee. So let's go ahead and, we'll say the username is Joe. And it can be their email address, or if you're setting up, 5 or 6 different employees, it really can just be their first name if you like, or first name and initial, or emails. A lot of companies use emails. So and then we'll go ahead and set up an email for this user in case it's different than, sorry, Joe@inctavo.com. And we'll set up a password. So this employee's password. So if it's different than the main company one, it's fine. If you're going to use the same one for everyone, I wouldn't recommend that, but okay, so, and then now you can choose a role for this person. So we'll say this person's an admin, and we'll say, okay, and we'll go ahead and add this user. Oh, sorry, I have one password loaded on my browser, so it keeps putting that up there. From being saved, email has already been taken. Oh, okay. So let's just go. All right, we'll try that again. Sorry about that. And we'll enter in a password. I know this is really interesting video, but hopefully helpful, right? So let's get through this. This is the setup stuff. So, all right. So now what we have here is all my little browser security things. Now we have here is this shop admin setup. So obviously I'm just using my same name, but I'm the account owner. I have already received an email to confirm the account. So once I get that email, I can confirm it. Same with the shop admin. You can set up your employees as either an admin, or you can set them, I can remove admin privileges, and I can set them up as just a staff person. You can you can go ahead and so now I'm staff. You can also it'll default to shutting off the quotes in the customer facing contracts. But if you don't, I mean, so if you don't want them to see that, you can shut them off rather. So it defaults where it allows them to see it. So you can shut them off. So that way there, if you have people in your shop that you just don't want them to see, the quotes on the jobs, obviously, or the contracts that were sent to the customers, you can go ahead and uncheck those. And then the only thing they will see is actually like the job tasks and the attachments and those sorts of things. So you can either have two separate settings, can be shop admin. So they'll be able to see things like the setup section and the admin section and all that. But if it's just a staff person, they won't see any of that. They won't see any of the reports. They won't see, and again, inside the jobs, if you uncheck those two, they won't see any of the quoting information at all. So that's how you set up employees. But remember, you have to first set them up, as an employee in the system and then add a user account. So that's how that works. Now let's go to my account. I think this is the important thing to talk about once you're ready to convert to a SignTracker customer. It's really great if you pay annually because you save 10%. So if you just pay monthly, it's 1 to 2 users for $65 a month, and that's unlimited. And right now, even with the storage, it's unlimited, even though it says it has limits. So I wouldn't worry about that. 3 to 5 users is 129 a month, and that's for everybody. And that includes, all the support and everything you see in SignTracker is all included in that. And then, of course, if you have 6 users and up, it's unlimited. And so you can have 50 users after that, and it all ends up just being the same price for 189. But again, if you go annually, you actually save some money there. And then now we want to talk about QuickBooks integration. So SignTracker syncs really well with QuickBooks Online and desktop version. It's really simple to do it. If you're integrating with QuickBooks Online, you literally just click this button and then connect to QuickBooks, and it'll walk you through step by step on how to do it. And it's going to pull over all of your contacts, all of your tax categories, all of your tax, yeah, tax categories, if it's local or if it's set up by county or whatever, all your sales tax stuff will come over. And then all your sales items will come over. So if you track your sales by electric signs or banners or whatever, and then when you're actually sending invoices back to QuickBooks for billing, and that's how it works inside the job. And we'll go over that in other videos, but then basically you'll match the line items to whatever those sales categories might be if you track things like that. So we're going to cancel this, and if you're going to do QuickBooks desktop integration, that's fine too. SignTracker works great with that. There's a little web connector video. You can follow the instructions on how to do it. The most important thing is that there is a web connector file. And what that does is it connects your QuickBooks account to your SignTracker account. And it just has to live on the same machine that your QuickBooks database lives on. So just make sure when you download that web connector, install it on whether it's on a server or if it's on whoever's machine it is, it just has to sit there so that it connects your QuickBooks account. But we're going to go ahead and unconnect this uh, since this is my demo account and it's not connected with QuickBooks. So I would say, as far as setting up, that's pretty much it. So I would go through, I would upload your logo. Again, that's in settings. I would put a little bit of terms in for your contracts. That those are the most important things. Again, you can watch the video on setting up task templates. You can either do it here in the task template setup, or you can do it within a job. But really, once you do these simple things, you're ready to start adding jobs to SignTracker. So you would just go new job and then job name, description, pull up a client, if they're already in the system, and then start typing in their information if they're not in the system. Once the company's tagged to a job, you can start tagging people to a job. And then from there, you just submit and, oh, I gotta name the job banner. We're gonna make this one a banner. And we're going to go, you should always actually tag these jobs to somebody too, since I'm the only one in this little account. If the address is different than the mailing address up here, you can type that here. We'll say 123 Main Street, Austin, Texas, 78726. Submit. Okay, so now you've set up your first job. And if you go to your job flow board where you first landed, there's your first job, and it can start working through the system. So you'll have to watch the other videos on job flow and all the things that you can do inside of a job to manage it. But that is the basic setups for SignTracker. So again, setting up your logo, setting up your company information, setting up your employees, and then you're ready to go. And then once you start managing jobs, then you can also start quoting within SignTracker. And again, you can watch the video on setting up the quoting and adding your materials and labor and how all that works. So go ahead and at least get the basics set up, and don't wait till everything is set up perfectly to start managing your jobs, because the job flow board in itself is such an important tool for your shop. So anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for spending a few minutes with me today. I hope that helps with some of the setup things in SignTracker. As always, you can reach us through the support tab here. We're here to help, and we know you're going to be successful with SignTracker. So thanks again. Appreciate spending time with you. Have a great day. Bye. Thanks so much for checking out SignTracker, and be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on YouTube.